Okay, on this brief assistance with Imagine Math, I'm going over interpreting unit rates on graphs. The question says you use 4 gallons of water on 30 plants in your garden. At that rate, how much water will it take to water 45 plants? So I need to make a proportion, which is still a unit rate. And I have gallons and I have plants. So I am given 4 gallons and 30 plants, and then I need to solve for 45 plants. So this is my X. Remember guys, the proportion is just 2 equal ratios or 2 equal fractions, and I need to find out what makes this guy true. So I can cross multiply and divide, and the fun part about this is you have a calculator, but I'm going to do it by hand. 45 times 4. And then I'm going to divide by 30. 5 times 4 is 20. 4 times 4 is 16 plus 2 is 180. 180 divided by 3 woo, is 60. I'm sorry, this should be out of 30. So then the 0 needs to go away. My bad. Cross this out. So then it's just 6. And it also has to make sense. Would 60 gallons have made sense? Absolutely not, because it's only 45 plants, which is 15 more than this 3. 6 gallons, check. The graphs show the distances traveled by 2 bikers riding at constant rate. Drag to the table the unit rate that matches each graph. So miles per hour are unit rates, miles over hours. So I need a new canvas. So this here's my graph, 15 and 1. So we look at this as X and Y, which is also hours and miles, okay? So the first point that they give me is 1 and 15. Then the second one is 2 and 30. You can't really see it, but 2 and 30 is right there. And then 3 and 45 would be right there. And then 4 and 60 would be right here. So I could skip and go straight to 4 and 60. And then in order to find the rate, I always do Y over X. That's my delta Y over delta X. So in this case, it'll be 15 over 1 miles per hour, which is 15 miles per hour. Boom. This one over here is 46 to 2. Let's say 46 to 2. That's going to be 23 miles per hour. And all you have to do is divide here. 46 divided by 2. I just did that in my head though because that's simple mental math. Next. All right, the graph shows how many calories are in different amounts of popcorn. Which of these statements is true? So I have 75 and 1.5. I'm doing the same thing. Y over X, guys. Y over X. X, Y, 1.5, 75. 75 divided by 1.5. Move your decimal over 1. Move your decimal over 1. This becomes 750. Divided by 15, 5, 75, 0, 0, 0. 50 is my answer. Only one answer says 50. Boom. Same thing here. Oh, but it says which is not. The graph shows the temperature of a liquid that is being heated during an experiment. 3 of the statements are true, which is not true. So I need to find this rate first and foremost. So clear my canvas. X, Y, 6.5 divided by 26. 26, I'm sorry, the other way around. 26 divided by 6.5. Move my decimal over 1, move my decimal over 1. That becomes 260 over 65. 260 divided by 65. So let's write my multiples of 65 over here to the side. 65, 130. 225, 260, 325. Oh, there's my answer right there, 4. Bam. All right, so 4 degrees per minute. 4 degrees per minute. The temperature of the liquid is increasing at a constant rate. Yes, it is going up constantly at the same rate. It's not zigzag. It's not swirling or curving. So that is true. At this rate, the temperature will rise 60 degrees in a quarter hour. Well, I need to figure out what a quarter hour is. So 4 minutes, or 4 degrees per minute. So I need a new canvas. X, Y, degrees, minute. 4 degrees every 1 minute. Hold on, Jonah. And I want it to be a quarter hour. Okay, I got to keep in mind that a full hour is 60 minutes. 60. So 1 times 60 is 60, and 4 times 60 is 240. But I want a quarter hour, so that's 15. 1 times 15 is 15. So 4 times 15 is 60. So this answer is true. At this rate, it would take less than 10 minutes for the temperature of the liquid to rise 52. So I need to go to 10 over here. So 1 times 10 is 10, and 4 times 10 is 40. This is incorrect, not 52 degrees. And then let's check this one. The temperature of the liquid changed at a unit rate of 4 degrees per minute. Yes, a few minutes ago we decided that that was true. Check. Next. You paint a third of a wall in a quarter of an hour. At that rate, how long will it take you to paint one wall? This is one whole wall. This calls for a proportion. Draw your proportion box. This is the paint. This is the time. How much paint do you get done? 1/3. In a quarter of an hour. If I were to take my clock and cut it in fourths, that would be 15 minutes. 15, 15, 15, 15. A quarter of an hour is not 25. So I'm going to put 15 minutes. Okay? I know it's giving me answers in fractions, but I like working without fractions as much as possible. So it says, how long will it take you to paint one wall? So I want one whole wall here, and I don't know how long it takes, so my X is going to go there. I will cross multiply, then divide. So I've got 15 times 1. You know what? It's probably going to be easier to leave this as a fraction. I'm sorry, I'm reneging. So let's call this 1/4. 1/4. Bye-bye, 15. So 1/4 times 1 is just 1/4. And then I want to divide by 1/3. So division rules tell me to keep, change, change, or keep, change, flip. So I have 1/4 times 3 over 1, which gives me 3/4 in the end. There's my 3/4. Check. The graph shows that you're traveling at a constant rate. Boom, straight line. It doesn't curve, it doesn't bend. 3 of the statements are true, which is not. So let's go back to my table. These are hours, and these are miles. I go 1.5 and 90. So 90 over 1.5. Move the decimal over once, move the decimal over once. 900 divided by 15. Hold on, baby. 900 divided by 15. 15 into 90 is 6. Yes, Jonah. 6 times 15 is 90. 0, 0, 0. Okay, it's going 60 miles per hour. So keep that in mind. New picture, 60 miles per hour. All right, at this rate, it takes 2 hours to go 120 miles. Well, yes, because here's why. Here's my miles. I'm sorry, my hours. Whoopsie. All right, hours. If I can get my pencil back. Hours, miles. 60 miles per hour means 1 hour, 60 miles. 2 hours, 120 miles. 3 hours, 180, and so on. So yes, this right here is true. The unit rate for this trip is 60 miles per hour. It took 20 minutes to go the first 20 miles, and your speed is 135 miles per hour. Well, this right here, they cannot be it because we've already decided that it's 60 miles per hour. Boom, that's not it. Next. All right, last one. The graphs show how many words per minute 2 students read. Here, I've got 240 out of 2. 240. I cut it in half. That's 120 words per minute. Over here, 185 and 1. Well, that's 185 words per minute. Per minute. How many minutes are in a minute? 1. That's the unit. Here, I could have looked at this point right here and saw that that was just a little over 100. If I zoom in, it's not exactly on 100. Okay? All right, let's make sure I don't move my answers because otherwise I'll get it wrong. All right, let's move on to another preview. Lesson Explorer, grade 7. I want to do some equations with you guys. So where are the equations? Exploring, direct variation, unit, polynomial, arithmetic, creating equations, financial expressions and equations. Boom, solving problems with algebra, modeling and solving, 1 and 2 step. Let's try this one out, guys. Is it gonna let me click on it? All right. Don't save. Yes, this is the one. Micah is deciding what rooms. So this is modeling, evaluating, and graphing 2-step inequalities in one variable. Micah is deciding what rooms of his house he's going to paint. He wants to spend no more than $150 on the paint supplies. This right here is my inequality. I can rewrite that as, watch what I do, 2164x plus 4221 is less than or equal to 150. That means I don't want to go above 150. Can I spend 149? Yes. Can I spend 162? No. Okay. So let me start over. So I want to figure out what this means. Here it says Micah spends $21.64 on paintbrushes and paint costs $42.21 per gallon. If you recall back to the beginning of the year, we talked about what the words per, each, for every mean. They mean that you are getting multiple ones. You are getting 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't matter. So this right here is a constant. It is just one rate. This right here is it's got a coefficient attached to the x, which means it's not constant. It's going to be constantly changing. It's a rate. Okay, so it's 2164 for however many items. That's what my x is. That's the number of items. So am I getting a bunch of paintbrushes or am I getting a bunch of gallons? This is a set of paintbrushes. And yes, I know it's multiple here, so it could be confusing. Then it says Micah spends $42.21 on paintbrushes and paint costs $21 per gallon. How many gallons can he buy? And then it says paint costs $21.64 per gallon. Micah receives a discount. Discount means I'm subtracting. There is no subtraction here. This will be your best answer here. Check. And then I'll go on to another video and continue going over this because my time is up. See you in a few.